Let's just say this: if Derek Carr had tweets like that, how would you feel about it?
When he was about to get drafted?
When he got on draft day, you heard that Derek Carr had these tweets, and then the Raiders selected him.
I mean, I don't think it still wouldn't really matter. Just based off the fact that, one,
it's old. Two,
he's
you
conservative.
can't control it. Three, you're not surprised.
You already had the stigma that he's David Carr's brother. He had the stigma, like the worst stigma was that he was related to David Carr, and they were afraid he was the same exact kind of player. So it's like,
which they literally said that.
That's why
like they were like, pro. He reminds us of David Carr, number 1 overall pick,
which is great.
Con, he reminds us of David Carr, number 1 overall pick.
Like, like, I think what was it Bradley Chubb? He had the same thing. They found something.
Oh
I'm not gonna repeat what he said.
Yeah.
He's like, wait till I pull up on you, N-word.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
oh, now he has an N-word censor. Get your ass out of here.
You want me to say it? You can say it?
No, I'm not going to say it. I'm just saying. You say it every other week.
I really don't.
Now you don't want to say it when you're quoting somebody else? Like, convenient.
I'm trying to be a joke.
I think someone got some tweets on you. That's why you're like, I'm not going to leave this topic alone.
Go ahead. I'll find funnier ones. I'll find you ones in my inbox that I didn't send that are hilarious.
All right, next topic. Dez Bryant. It came out this week that he actually turned down a long-term deal from the Baltimore Ravens.
Bad idea.
You got to take her tangent on it?
It's another case of an old receiver not understanding. Like, Baltimore is like one of the most nicest
forgiving
places
for washed up receivers.
Derek Mason. That's all I'm gonna say. Derek Mason got like an extra 4 or 5 years out of Baltimore.
I wish you had a podcast in 2007 so I could hear you say how good of a move that was to reunite Steve McNair and Mason. So shut your ass up. You know you love that team on Madden.
I'm mad that like you didn't. There's no way you could have known that, but you knew it exactly. Like, I'm kind of mad.
I could just see you at the lunch table like, bruh. You gonna act like that's
pretty good. Travis Taylor's garbage, but Derek Mason, he's carrying that offense, man. He could probably still return some punts, but he's a pretty decent receiver.
With your Argyle sweater on.
I'm not even wearing an Argyle sweater.
Train your apples for extra chocolate milks.
First off, I was training brownies for lunch money, so again, I would have made a better deal than what the Raiders got to get. But anyway, I'm glad they got Martavis Bryant for a 3rd round pick. So good for them.
My take on it is Dez, man. The whole thing about this game is it ends quick. Like, if you have a guaranteed grab bag for a couple of years, why wouldn't you just take that? Like, why wouldn't you just take that? But on the counter side, I see why he didn't. Because in order for him to truly be successful, in order for that offense to truly be successful, they need a deep threat, and they don't have it right now. Crabtree's not that anymore. He's more of a possession red zone target.
Crabtree was never a deep threat. Stop lying to yourself.
Exactly. And Dez is kind of, he is. But at this stage of his career, he's more of a possession receiver. So to have those two possession receivers, a declining Flacco, it really just seems like a bad mix.
I think Flacco has so much money tied up in the Ravens that it's like, and then Marshall.
He did win a ring.
Marshall Yanda's not getting any younger. That offense is.
Suggs isn't getting any younger. Weddle's not getting any younger. Shoot, even Jimmy Smith is getting old these days.
Okay,
he's probably like 30 now.
Close to it.
So I really don't blame Dez for ducking that situation. I just don't know where he's going to go to get the 1-year deal that he wants to hopefully break the bank next year.
You're not going to need $14 million. Like, who are you going to go to? Cleveland? Sorry, they just.
Honestly, receivers aren't even getting paid like that. Like
free agency.
Like, they're not. Like, even Julio Jones is only making like $9 guaranteed million.
And that's only because
he has a fat overall number that's like absurd, but he's never going to see half of that. He's only going to see for sure $9 million this year and like $9 million next year, and that's the case for most of the receivers.
And he got paid years ago. That's another thing. Julio was like the main dude who got paid, and then everybody else.
And I know we talked about Julio earlier, but that was one of the rumors is that he does want more money. So that's why.
to Buffalo, maybe.
Come on, that's the same. It's the same scenario, but younger. It's a younger team. Why would you want to go there?
Benjamin, Zay Jones, Dez Bryant, Charles Clay.
No deep threat. Cover 3 all day on you.
I was like, "Where's the deep threat?" I don't see one.
I'm gonna let you catch these 4-yard passes, and I'm gonna hit you in the back until.
And let's hope that
you go to IR and you're probable to return.
Let's hope Josh Allen is accurate enough to hit you in stride. But it's not. I mean, part of it is like he had terrible receivers. He played around like weak ass players, and his completion percentage was trash at every level he played at.
All right, next topic. Antonio Gates, one of the greatest tight ends ever. A report this week surfaced that him and the Chargers haven't even had any contract talks. Gates isn't officially retiring yet. So do you have a take or tangent on his whole situation with the Chargers?
He should just ask for a trade to the Patriots.
He's a free agent.
He's a free agent? I thought he had 1 year left.
I believe he's a free agent.
I mean, they got Hunter Henry, so they're not really taking him. It's kind of over for Antonio if you're not willing to go anywhere else. And there's places for him to play. I think he can still play. I think he'd be good in New England.
No, yeah, he's an unrestricted free agent. He made $3.5 million last year and $3 million the year before.
Yeah, I think he could still play. It's just a matter of him wanting to leave San Diego, and I don't think he wants to do
Los
that.
Angeles. Damn, he's been in the league 15 years. He's 37 years old.
Well, I mean, he started in San Diego. He probably might have a house in San Diego, but yeah,
I'm sure they all do.
He might just be like, "Hey, Rams, y'all got any more cap space? I'll help your young tight ends develop." What if they get Antonio Gates? Man, the Rams might clean up. You never know.
Yeah, I think, you know me, I'm always on the side of the players. I think someone like Antonio Gates, who's literally like has most of the tight end records, he's one of the best players in the sorry-ass Chargers history.
Damn.
I think you let that guy play out because he's proven that he can still play. At the very least, as a red zone target, right? So, in this league, if you can score touchdowns, it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter if you can't even do the rest of it. If you're a target in that red zone and you can catch it, you're golden.
Shout out to Rashad Penny for tweeting out straight out the 5.62.
Because he had 30 receptions, 300 yards, and 3 touchdowns as a borderline backup.
I mean,
4 starts.
They made a conscious choice to not give him the ball.
To phase him out, exactly.
Yeah, they phased him out.
Yeah, they've been phasing him out.
Because once Hunter had 8 touchdowns his rookie year, I was like, I see what you're doing. Hunter Henry's nice, though.
Says the guy who likes Brandon Malamon. You know.
First off, I respect Brandon Malamon for the fact that he was a left tackle masquerading as a tight end his whole career. Like, and when he put on too much weight, he was still a really great blocking tight end. He won me many of the Super Bowls on Madden back in the day. And he had that amazing touchdown catcher against the Seahawks when the Rams were like 7-9. And they were a wild card team. And they were like the first wild card team to win multiple playoff games. Put some respect on Brandon Malamaliuna's name, all right?
And that's Arizona. That's KB's history lesson of the day. So, KB, last one I want to talk about. Pete Carroll. He was quoted this week. He said, Seattle might be the place for Colin Kaepernick. Do you have a take or a tangent on this? Because I do.
Wait, say it again. Pete Carroll
said Seattle, there might be a place in Seattle for Kaepernick.
He probably meant at the Space Needle, where you could see and watch the games and be really comfortable. There's no point in even trying to get this man.
That's
Honestly,
what I'm saying. I'm just over talking about it. Like
you're not going to sign him. Stop lying.
And here's my whole thing about this whole.
They'll just watch. They'll draft JT Barrett.
My whole thing about this Kaepernick thing is we haven't heard anything from him specifically. We've heard rumors and from people who know him that he still wants to play. We've seen him working out, but he hasn't come out and said he wants to play. So, bro, like, I'm tired of hearing about this. Kaepernick is living his life. He's still doing a lot of service for the community. He's still a symbol of a movement, and that's great. But realistically, he's probably never going to play again, and I'm just tired of hearing the rumors about it. Because what's the point? Just to give false hope to people that want to see him play, want to see him succeed? Why? Because you're the Seattle Seahawks and you're in a transitional phase right now and you need some headlines to be relevant? Or because you're transitioning out of your outspoken, quote-unquote, woke culture, and so you need somebody that kind of gives you a bridge to hold on to that? Like, I don't get it. What's the point? Why keep bringing up Kaepernick? It's the draft time. You should be talking about, I don't know, like you said, JT Barrett. Talk about a quarterback you might draft. I don't know.
Him and Russell Wilson had a real heart-to-heart when they did QB to QB with Russell Wilson on ESPN.
Pause.
No, like that was the name of the show.
No, I know. Just every time I hear that, like in my head, it just
QB to
instinctively
QB?
pause.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It's a weird.
Are we calling a cock pass? Like, for those of you who don't know, cock pass is a double pass, which it got the name because I guess it started in South Carolina. There you go. That's the P lesson of the day. All right, Kenny. So next week, you can tune in, same spot, Good News radio station, Touchdowns and Tangents podcast on Speaker, Stitcher, iTunes, Google Play, all that stuff.
Podbean, and we will have our option picked up, just like Amari Cooper had.
Yeah, so we're going to talk more about fifth-year options next week. We'll talk about schedule. We'll finish breaking down the whole entire NFL draft. And hopefully we can actually get some calls, and some of you guys can call in with your questions, your comments, your concerns, what you think about how you're drafted, whatever the case. Anyways, KB, you want to start off with the floor?
Sure, because I think you should finish because you had some really great gems in the group chat this week. And on multiple Instagram inboxes, you had some poignant stuff to say. All I'm going to say is, for everybody who didn't get drafted, next week I will be revealing my playlist for all the undrafted players. Everybody who fell in the draft who feels disrespected. There's a song there for you, too. And sometimes some of y'all might just need to go in the car or down the block and cry by yourself. I don't know. So I got about 50 songs, all for all you undrafted players. Mostly for y'all. And then, for like other people who fell in the draft, whatever. But anyway, my thing is, a very trying week, especially these past 2 weeks. But, yeah, I feel like the tide's turning. It's like it's weird. You kind of go through a rough patch, and then you kind of realize, things are actually looking up. Things are good. So my advice to all y'all out there, honestly, just sit back and just really remove yourself from whatever situation you're in and really think about, like, where you are in life at this moment. Everything you overcame, everything that you are, everything that you are striving to be, and just be proud of that. Because I think we really don't live in the moment of, wow, like, this is all I've accomplished and I'm going even further. It's like you're constantly in a depressed state about what you're not doing, even though you're actually on your way to doing it. Like, you're in the process of doing it. So yeah, that's just my thing. Like, I'm not going to say enjoy the process. I refuse to. But I will say, just embrace the now.